afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming to your viewpoints on Ontario Provincial Election 2007. This event is co-organized by four media, the TorontoTV, Today Daily News, Global Chinese Press, and TalkCN.com. So actually, we have been running for many forums before, like the federal election, the provincial election, and this time the idea we come out from me. Basically, we want to give the chance for the community leaders and also the candidates. They have a speaking time so that they talk about the issues we are concerning for the provincial election. And the whole program will be taped and broadcast in TorontoTV. And also we have some print media here like Today Daily News where we record your message and they put a newspaper so that you will let the public know that that's the issues, that's your opinion. So everyone will have about 3 minutes speaking time. You can talk anything. Alright, so all related to the provincial election. And anyway, thanks for coming. Now we have another organizer like Global Chinese Press, Mark Wong, who is a viewers. One thing, today's program is run in 3 languages: Cantonese, Mandarin, and English. Alright, it's up to you to decide which language you use. Thank you.
I speak in Taiwanese. 我代表今日呢個會嘅主辦機構咧，歡迎各位嘉賓嘅參與。咁可以講，依家嗰個安省嘅省選咧，腳步聲已經好近啦。咁個候選人咧，經過呢10幾日個競選咧，亦都已經進入咗白熱化嘅階段。咁作為我哋媒體咧，亦都好同社會大眾一樣好關注呢個安省省選嘅情況。咁每一次省選咧，可以咁講，亦都涉及到好多我哋每一個選民對於每個政黨、每個候選人佢個政綱啊、佢嘅誠信啊、佢哋嘅執政或者講佢治理能力除此之外咧，今年咧我哋仲多咗一個，就係嗰個選舉制度嗰個公投呢個係又係一個好令人關注嘅事件。咁作為華人嘅媒體同報紙咧，我哋咧亦都更加關注到，即係喺每一次嗰個選舉入邊咧，我哋華人對呢個選舉嘅參與程度同埋咧我哋嘅權益、我哋嘅聲音點樣去體現佢。咁所以咧今日我哋有呢個機會咧，能夠去請嚟幾位嘅候選人，亦都係好多個嗰個華人嘅嗰個參政嘅團體，同埋一啲關心呢個省選嘅人士。咁樣就希望咧，我哋喺呢個活動上邊能夠擦出火花，大家可以講開言道，咁樣使到我哋呢個作為媒體咧，亦都喺報導方面咧有一個好多新嘅觀點、新嘅話題。好多謝各位。
A simple translation in English. Basically, Mr. Wong saying that Global Chinese Press is open to every candidate, every party, not just Chinese. So that when you have your own opinion, your policy issues, you can send to all Chinese media. The Chinese media here is not promoting Chinese, only Chinese. We are promoting that Chinese involving in politics. Alright, so we are not limited to any party, any platform. Alright, that's what the previous explanation. Thank you. Now we have the Jeff Pan from TalkCN.com.
Good afternoon, the candidate, the guests, and welcome to the luncheon. And so later we speak some of the Mandarin. Yeah. 争议的这个候选人和贵宾们，我们4家媒体，新闻日报、环球华报、这些广播电视，我们举办一个中场这种审选的这个常会，就是想着我们邀请一些候选人，然后的一些社团的一些不同的人来发表自己的意见。因为现在离审选只有14天了，现在呢，我们 希望呢，我们呢让这个我们的这个公众来了解这些候选人的这个他们的见解，他们政党的政纲，然后呢我们也 speak out， 然后呢发表你自己的见解，然后呢我们希望呢我们也更多的人呢关心我们这个省选，因为省选呢不单是就说因为现在我们整个华人群体来说比较淡漠，我们希望有更多人关心省选来投票，这样呢也为我们华人世界的谢谢。
Simple translation, not all. Basically, John Penn is from www.torcn.com. It's a Chinese web news website. They have a large audience or readers from the mainland China. Okay, thank you. Now we move on today's news. You have any? Yeah, because the business development manager will be coming soon from today's news. We need the time. Alright, now we come to the acknowledgement. With that, we have some Canadian candidates from different ridings. First, we got the Yvette Blackburn from NDP, and also Sarah White from NDP, and Alan Wilson from Ontario Libertarian. And also we have Mr. Alan Ho from Chinese Canadian Public Political Action Committee. This organization's political advocacy group to promoting MMP.
Oh, good.
Okay. And also we have a great helper for today's event is Mr. Tony Wu from Star Wars International Buffet. Tony, thank you so much. And we have Sean Wu from Chinese Business Chamber of Commerce. He's the president. Thank you, Sean. Also, we have Mr. Chen Han Jun just came in now. He's from the Chinese Calligraphy Society of Ontario. Besides his wife, Mrs. Chen.
Yeah.
Do I miss anything? Anyone? And the one is the Jane Ain, who's just in the reception table. He's a political commentator and also a TV program host. Okay, now we go to the important part. We start with the group picture first. Everyone welcome, just come in the floor right here. We have a group picture right now.
Oh, all right. Especially for him. Come on. Let's go.
Mixed feelings about it. I'm not really sure.
No, I need 50%.
Maybe I'll go for it.
Yeah. The threshold's very high.
The second row just
Yeah, I think I'll go for it.
You have everybody in?
Yeah, get on the front. Try to get on the front sheet.
Yeah. Okay, look at me first. Okay.
No high heel, please.
Yeah.
Now, another group picture is the organizer. Can I have Jeff, Mark, Tony? This is picture for the group, the organizer group picture.
This is to encourage people to go out to vote on October the 10th.
Then we start our main part, the speaking time. Basically, that's a simple rule for the speaking. So everyone have about 2 to 3 minutes. As I say, you can talk anything you want regarding the provincial election. So the format will be saying you have to say your name first, alright? So your name first, and then if you belong to any organization, you can say the organization name, but it's up to you. And also, when did you immigrate to Canada? That's all. This is an optional question. Right? And also, which country did you immigrate from? That's optional. And the last part is your viewpoints. We have a sheet right here tell you the format. And also, regarding the speaking time, is that we first come first serve. You come earlier, you have an earlier speaking time. Alright, so based on the list right here. So, and before we start that, we recommend Jane and also Mr. Chen. You can go get some food while we are eating. We can continue speech. Okay, now we start the speech time. We start with Alan Ho, President of the CCPAC. All right, Alan.
Thank you.
So you have about 3 minutes.
Well, I would like to spend some time.
Before you start.
Oh, okay. My name is Alan Ho. I'm the President of the Chinese Canadian Political Action Committee of Ontario, and I came to Canada in 1987, 20 years ago. I came from Hong Kong, and well, okay. I would like to spend some time explaining what MMP is. And as a matter of fact, talking about MMP, the mainstream has spent a lot of time explaining this issue already. Look at the statistic from 8% to 28% from April to June. I can see that the mainstream has done a lot. So in that case, I would like to explain the MMP a little bit more in Cantonese. I hope you don't mind. 首先一樣嘢咧，我想講咧，呢個 MMP 就係其實咧就嚟緊呢個10月10號嗰個省選嘅一個公投，咁樣呢個咧就叫做比例代表混合比例代表制。嗱，首先點解會有呢一個咁樣嘅混合比例代表制嘅產生咧？或者我哋試下睇一睇一樣嘢咧，就係話我哋而家現時用緊嗰個選舉制度咧係有幾好有幾唔好咧？ 嗱，首先一樣嘢咧就係話，我哋睇翻我哋2003年嗰個選舉結果，其實當年咧自由黨佢係得到嗰個選票咧係46.9%，咁但係 in the end of the day， 當然大家都知道咧，就佢哋攞到嘅議席咧就69.幾%、70%嘅議席，咁其實反映到啲乜嘢嘢咧？就話反映到就話。 你嗰個黨嗰個支持度同埋嗰個得個議席嗰個比例咧係唔成正比嘅。其實呢個唔成正比嘅情形咧，可以更加引申到兩個極端嘅。第一，如果當年個個自由黨嘅候選人佢都攞46.9%、47%嘅議席，而啱啱好咧又有另外一個黨，佢係攞47%、48%。 全部食住佢嘅，咁樣即係加埋90%幾啦。咁樣當然仲有其他啲黨咧，就攞埋其他嗰啲咁樣嘅百分比啦。咁嘅情之下咧，自由黨係一個議席都冇嘅。嗱，雖然佢咧攞到46%嘅支持度喎，又有另外一個極端咧，就係話咧，如果當年2003年嘅自由黨佢 平均每個候選人都攞46%嘅票數，但係咧其他嗰54%嘅票數咧係俾其他 2、3個黨瓜分咗，每人都攞20幾，變咗係嗰個結果係點樣咧？安省103個議席或者104啦，係全部自由黨攞晒，100% 議席攞晒。咁樣因此咧，點解就會有一個咁樣嘅選舉改革咧？嗱，呢個選舉改革其實咧就唔係由加拿大開始嘅，其實咧喺全世界咧已經好多國家咧都睇緊呢樣嘢。睇選舉改革嘅最主要原因咧就話，我哋發覺咧係好而家現時行緊嗰個 first past the post 嗰個叫又有另一個名稱叫做 single plurality majority 嗰個單議席單票制咧，嗰個漏洞好多，就好似我剛才所講就話，你一個候選人攞嗰個議席嗰個成個黨嚟講，攞個議席嗰個比嗰個數目同嗰個支持度係唔成正比嘅。咁嗱，跟住咧，我想講一講咧就係跟住咧安省咧喺2003年之後咧就我哋嗰個自由黨政府咧就係委派咗一班人，呢一班人咧總共其實104個人，就每個人咧喺每一個選區嗰度抽出嚟，係完全係 randomly 咁樣抽出嚟嘅。咁而家就睇睇咧，就究竟我哋安省個選舉制度應該循住乜嘢方向咧？其實過去由2004年呢一個組織成立之後咧，去到做到今年2007年咧，呢3年裏面咧，其實呢班人咧係讀咗好多書，睇咗好多嘢。佢哋基本上咧就將所有成個選舉制度咧逐個咁去睇過。其實咧嗰個比例代表制咧有好多個模式嘅。嗱，最簡單一樣嘢就係話，大家都知道喺3年前喺卑詩省又有一個公投，就係講嗰個比例代表制。原來佢當時咧用嗰個比例代表制咧，就係講緊嗰個叫 single transferable vote， 叫STV。呢一個咁樣嘅比例代表制咧，原來咧喺香港都用緊嘅喎。即係話咧，其實咧比例代表制咧係好多國家都用嘅，不過咧就每個國家咧用緊係不同嘅模式。咁另外咧，其實比例代表制又有另一個模式嘅，就係好似法國，我相信大家都記得一樣嘢就係，譬如舊年嘅法國選舉咁，佢哋咧就用一個咧叫做 two-round election 或者 two-round system，TRS。佢哋嗰個形式係點樣咧？大家一齊選一次，如果咧冇一個人攞50%以上嘅票數咧，然之後咧就再作第2輪個選舉。第2輪係點樣咧？就係、譬如有10個人咁，淨係抽起頭嗰2個，再選多一次，3、4個790咧唔使再選啦。咁然之後咧就第2次選嗰一定會有 majority 啦，因為唔會有大家50-50派㗎，梗係有最少都51-49咁樣。咁啊嗱，呢一個方式咧，當然有佢個唔好處。個好處咧就係話咧，如果假如咧最高當票嗰2個咧，譬如有一個攞40，一個攞39咁樣，40個贏咗咁樣就喺而家嗰個選舉制度嘅睇法咧，就係覺得唔公道。但係呢個咁樣嘅 two-round system 有個唔好處嘅咧，就係話好容易咧，最高當票嗰2個人咧，佢哋嗰個政策咧係好極端嘅，一個偏左，一個偏右。而上一次咧法國選舉嗰次咧，就係 exactly 係咁樣。嗰個女性候選人咧，佢係代表一個好偏左嘅一個政黨，而最後贏咗嗰個男性嘅候選人咧，就代表一個偏右。咁樣咧，嗱，大家咧都叮當碼頭嗰時咧，其實輸咗嘅一方咧，就好容易咧會即係產生覺得哇唔公平啊，或者唔開心啊咁咧就好容易咧就會引致嗰個社會動盪嘅。咁其實呢樣嘢咧喺1992年咧喺安哥拉咧甚至發生過內戰添。咁嗱，我好簡單講一講，我哋今次呢個公投嗰個模式係點樣咧？就叫做混合比例代表制咧。佢基本上咧個形式咧就係話咧，將安省由而家我哋嘅107個選區，點解講107咧？因為咧基本上係跟咗聯邦107就107，2003年104咁，因為過去嗰幾年人口增加咗，由107個選區咧再重新劃分，就變咗90個選區，即係話咧每個選區咧其實嗰個 area 大咗，個人口多咗，咁咧呢90個選區嗰個 選人咧，仍然照而家咁嘅方式咁去選。譬如你中意阿甲，你就選阿甲，阿袁就選阿袁，贏最多票嗰個贏咗。但係咧，除咗呢90個議席之外咧，再加多39個議席，變咗129個。呢39個議席咧，其實咧就等於咧129嘅1/3。嗰個原理咧就話，當好似譬如上一次2003年安省嗰個大選結果就話，發覺原來咧自由黨咧攞咗46%嘅支持度，但係佢攞咗69%嘅議席。好啦，呢39個議席咧唔會再分到俾佢。再睇睇，原來綠黨咧攞咗6%嘅議席，我哋喺度咧分2個議席俾佢，因為咧有個 rule 咧就話每3%咧就俾1個議席佢。上一次新民主黨佢哋攞咗10幾嘅支持度，但係佢攞咗唔夠10嘅議席，我哋喺呢度又再補翻俾佢。另外，就算係保守黨咧，佢哋上一次咧個支持度咧係30幾嘅，但係佢哋得到嘅議席咧20幾，我哋又補翻俾佢。咁啊變咗咧就話，最後一個政府形成嗰時咧，佢哋嗰個黨嗰個支持度咧係成一個比較上合比例嘅一個模式，咁樣呢個咧就係比例代表嘅。咁喺呢度咧，我希望咧就係話咧，今次嘅10月10號咧，我哋除咗選我哋心目中嘅議員候選人之外咧，我哋都會作一個公投，就話贊成、正反對呢個混合比例代表制嘅。我希望當大家投票嗰時咧，就係、你無論投贊成同埋反對都啱嘅。如果你係明白呢個咁樣嘅比例代表制嘅運作，就唔好因為咧你唔明白咁一係就唔投票，一係咧就投個 no， 一係就投個 yes， 咁樣係冇意思嘅。咁希望即係大家喺呢方面咧就多多了解，然之後作出一個明智嘅決定。多謝各位。
Anti-hoax organizations basically promoting the public understanding about the referendum on MMP. So the next speaker is Yvette Blackburn. Yvette, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for extending the invitation. I greatly appreciate it. My name is Yvette Blackburn, and I do hail from Kingston, Jamaica. I came here in 1973, so that gives you a little bit of my age. So I may look a little young, but I do have age on me. This is not my first time running the election. I did run 2003 in Windsor, Ontario, and I am here as a teacher in the Scarborough-Agincourt area. Scarborough-Agincourt is my riding, and why I'm running is because I want to make change. It's time that we have effective leadership that represents the people. So far, it's been one consecutive leader that has been here representing us time and time again. And what I'm asking for the residents to do is to look clearly at the issues. Have you been served the way you should be? When we look about issues of healthcare in Scarborough-Agincourt, we have not been served. We are dealing with a hospital that now is under overseer to ensure that accountability with regards to financial, fiscal accountability is taken care of. When we deal with the aspects of the shortages with regards to the doctor shortages and the healthcare factors with regards to diagnostic equipment that is still not in place that are required, we are severely underfunded in the healthcare system. Yet the member is in the ruling party and state that they have given money to healthcare. That is not so. We are short by millions of dollars. When we look at our healthcare with regards to our educational system, I'm a teacher here at Scarborough-Agincourt at Henry Kelsey. Dalton McGinty states that we should check his record. Well, let's check his record. With regards to classroom sizes being decreased, no. The majority of classrooms are either staffed with students at 28 to 33 are the numbers that are in the classrooms. When we look at the funding mechanisms that have been utilized, we're still dealing with the old funding mechanisms of the Harris government with regards to the square footage that determines the funding for a child's learning and resources. How is that so? If you place a child into a square footage, they are outside, they exceed that boundary. So therefore the funding formula that's utilized is not appropriate. School closings that we received in the early days are still closed, yet our numbers of population are increasing. We need to change the funding mechanism. Why is that when our children want to go on a field trip, why is it coming out of the pockets of parents? It is part of a curriculum endorsement. It is an enrichment to the curriculum. Therefore, it should be part of what the educational system uploads with regards to the cost factor. It should not come down to parents, because right now we are creating a system where some children cannot attend the field trips or the field excursion. We have parents that have to work 2 to 3 jobs just to maintain a substandard living. And when I say substandard, I'm speaking that you are working numerous hours, over 16 hours a day. You're not there to be with your child because you are trying to make ends meet just to pay the rental needs. Then you have to put food on your table. You have to clothe your child. You want to ensure that your children participate in piano or other extracurricular activities. That cannot be done. We are continually having the haves and the have-nots. The divide is getting greater. Also here in Scarborough Agincourt, with regards to the property tax increase, 34% taxes have gone up under Dalton McGuinty. Dalton McGuinty came in, stated he would not raise 1 red cent with regards to taxes. That was a broken promise. 34% your taxes have gone up. If people don't see that as high, there's a problem. When we look at the fact of the health tax, so not only did we go up 34% with regards to property, he then put a health tax on, over $1,000 you were paying. Going back to what I stated earlier, we have a healthcare system that is in shambles. We have too many shortages. We have insufficient specializations. We do not have the proper diagnostic equipment. There are far too many inaccuracies, far too many deficiencies that we can no longer sit here and support the Liberal Party. Again, for Scarborough Agincourt, if we look at the factors with regards to the transit lines, why is it that we still do not have a subway that is leading clear up to Scarborough? We have shown by our numbers and our growth that we can facilitate, we can have the ridership required for a proper subway line. It's great that light rail is being discussed. However, with our numbers, with the growth, with the influx, a proper subway system can be implemented into our Segway system so that way we can traverse appropriately throughout the city. Those are factors that we should be fighting for. Those are issues that our member who represents us must be fighting for. It's great to discuss a platform. It is great to state that you are in governance. However, if you are not governing for the people that have put you in that position, you are not serving the people that elected you. So I'm asking the residents on October 10th, do not take for granted your vote. Do not tick again the same party you have been ticking for the last several elections. You have not received your proper representation. You have been taken for granted. This time around, ensure that you state it's time for change. It's time that we have people that truly want to represent us. And I say us, I'm speaking of the people. Taxpayers, working families that are making the money, that are going out every day and waking up to ensure that you work your hours. So you want the dollars that can therefore be utilized so that you can give your family a sustainable living. That also goes back to our area. We have a large group of individuals who need to increase the minimum wage. They are working far too many hours just to subsist. We need to ensure that the monies that we're going to increase for the $10 an hour now must be $10 an hour now. Not like what Dalton has stated and Mr. Phillips supports. We cannot do it over 3 years. They didn't wait 3 years to give themselves their increase in pay. It took them 8 days to rush through, and Dalton McGuinty gave himself $40,000 in 8 days. Majority of people do not make that sum in 1 year. Yet, you have members who sat by willingly and they took their 33% raise. There must be a change. There are far too many things for you as a taxpayer that you are not being served on. You have a poor healthcare system. You have a poor educational system. Your tax base is being taxed too high. You are not receiving the services you deserve. So I'm asking you, on October 10th, fight for a person that's going to fight for the working families. Vote for someone who's going to vote for fairness and work for fairness. So I'm asking you to make change and vote for me, Yvette Blackburn, Scarborough Agincourt.
Thank you very much. Then we go to Anthony Chen.
Hello everyone, I hope you all enjoyed lunch. And my name is Anthony. I'm a member of the CCPC, Indian Chinese Committee of Ontario Political Action. And when did I immigrate to Canada? I came to Canada in the year of 1997, and I came from the city of Hong Kong. And today my viewpoint is that after working 7 months where the CCP is still on promoting the MMP system. And I think that everyone should actually spend some time to get to know what is MMP and what it actually means to the province of Ontario, and to make the right decision in order to have a better living in Ontario. I think that's all I could say. Is that that's what I could say on the MMP and the upcoming provincial election. And thank you very much.
Alright, then we move on to other person.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My name is Alan Mercer. I'm with the Ontario Libertarian Party, running in Scarborough Rouge River. We have several candidates in Scarborough, and we have a lot of candidates across the GTA. I want to thank TorontoTV.net, Today Daily News, Global Chinese Press, and TourCN.com. I immigrated to Canada from Northern Ireland when I was 5 years old. Have you heard the word libertarian? Libertarian means liberty and freedom. Like Ron Paul, who is running for president. Maybe some of you have heard of Ron Paul. Libertarian stands for self-ownership, property rights, personal freedom, economic liberties, keeping your money. The other parties represent the ruling class, a bureaucratic and political ruling class. They stand for authoritarianism, for meddling in our lives, for interference, and forced transfer of wealth. Libertarian stands for reform of the justice system, restitution for victims of crime, for educational choice and freedom, for healthcare choice and freedom, for a voluntary society, for abolishing government monopolies that regulate and license professions. But the other parties stand for tax slavery, big government, social engineering, smoking bans, interference with property rights, the drug war, gun bans, restrictions on health care, restrictions on education. But the Libertarian Party stands for choice and freedom. If you care about freedom, get involved with the growing libertarian movement. Thank you very much.
So next speaker is from Sean Hu, who is from China's Business Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Sean.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Sean Hu, president of Chinese Business Chamber of Canada. I came to Canada in 1989 from mainland China. I'm not a candidate yet. I came here probably for the reason of having lunch. Of course, certainly I received education. Sitting on my table, I did good education, political education to me. I appreciate that. Also, considering her suggestion that the CBCC, Chinese Business Chamber of Canada organization I'm representing, which is located at her riding, is going to hold what I call the major party debate. Issues will be, to your advantage, will be regarding small business, how government party candidates support small business owners. This is is especially important because most of our immigrants tend to be self-employed. So we are going to pick out the time and location. I believe there will be more people to attend and more media to attend. I hope so we're going to do a lot of work and work out more convenient time. I also Joseph asked me to move out our members. I try my best, but this time is a good time for them to make money to business. So unfortunately, they cannot make it. It doesn't mean that they don't support you. Just a timing maybe important. So we'll pay attention to the time next time if the weekend or sometime we're convenient. For the debate, probably I would pick out an issue in general, small business. On the other hand, I may propose a tax credit for small business. The basic theory is that the small business owners earn every dollar. That is different from maybe the general other professional. I do tax appeals. Sometimes I can earn tens of thousands of dollars just very, not that difficult. For a small business owner, they sit there, let's say a convenience store owner, they sit there, they wait for a customer. My argument is that the dollar they earn is different from a dollar from someone else. Like, let's say the $40,000 Dr. McKinney gave to the MPs, it's much easier for them to earn that money. However, in Canada, every dollar is taxed the same way. So in that sense, I don't think it's fair. So that's the core theory of this tax breaks for small business owners. Probably maybe any amount under $10,000 you earn, can that be exempt from income tax? That's the argument. Maybe we'll ask someone else to figure out some questions to make the debate more interesting. Thank you again. Have a good lunch.
Next one will be a word send. Then we move on to Sarah.
Thank you very much to all our partners for this very special opportunity to speak directly to your viewers and your subscribers and your many, many fans. My name is Sheila White. I'm the NDP candidate in Scarborough-Rouge River. And I'm running for office because I feel the last 4 years have been a great disappointment to many, many people. Because Dalton McGuinty, 4 years ago, made promises that he would make life better for people, and really, none of us have seen any difference. For example, are you feeling better about the fact that your children are facing a 36% tuition increase? Dalton McGuinty promised that he would freeze tuitions, and now he's raised them and saddled our young people with even more debt. The NDP would reverse that. We are making 6 commitments that are practical, workable things that we can do today to make life easier and more affordable for working families. And only Howard Hampton, our leader, is the one who can be counted on to stand up for a fair deal for working families and to put their concerns first. So we would freeze tuition. We would roll back tuition fees to the 2003 level. And that's the same as putting $460 back in every student's pocket. Not just this year with a one-time cash payout, but every single year. Tuitions will remain stable under our committed plan. And now look at our children in the elementary and secondary schools. Are they really any better off over 4 years of promises from Dalton McGuinty that he's going to fix the funding formula? No, you're out fundraising for textbooks and basic school supplies. Your school maintenance is sadly lacking. There's no ESL in your schools anymore. You're lucky if you have an educational assistant or a guidance counselor, and youth programs are virtually gone. Is that what you want for your children? 4 more years of broken promises and disappointment from Dalton McGuinty? We say no. We say we are committed to putting money back into public schools. We are going to fix the funding formula once and for all with an investment initially of $500 million into public schools so that parents don't have to fundraise and sell chocolate bars at the door so that their child can have an outing or basic music program or even just a textbook. We are committed to healthcare. Just earlier this week I was speaking with the executives of Yihong Nursing Home and their Yihong Foundation about their concerns on how they are going to get funding for their future expansion plans, particularly an end-of-life care center. So they were very pleased when I pointed out that the NDP is committed to putting money back into long-term care and public home care for our seniors. We're making a sizable investment there. That will then free up our hospitals and we'll be able to fix the waiting times that have grown under Dalton McGuinty. You know, the man who promised that he wasn't going to raise our taxes, and then he did, with the health tax. It was a very unfair tax, and we're committed to rolling that back and giving each working family a rebate so that up to $900 of that health tax will come back into your pocket. We would also waive the fees that are required for apprenticeships. You know, we all aspire to have our children grow up, get a good education, and find a very good job that pays well. And under Howard Hampton's plan, we can actually make some meaningful strides into making that happen by not charging students up to $2,000 when they want to take an apprenticeship course, and make that freely available to them so that it's much easier then to get into the job field of their choice. And we have a job strategy. We have a way where we can save manufacturing jobs. We have a way that we can have a jobs commissioner whose job it is to retain, protect, and expand jobs here in Ontario. Lastly, I want to talk about our commitment to the environment, because that's important to us all. We want to know that our child or children are going to grow up healthy and strong and have clean water and clean air. We are committed to a new law for Ontario that would give you all the information about toxic chemicals that are in the air and the water and stored in workplaces and factories in our community. We believe that it's everyone's right to know if there are hazards in our plants or manufacturing facilities, and that we should be aware of that so that we can take action and get our air clean. On that note, we are committed to meeting the Kyoto targets for clean air by advancing an aggressive energy efficiency plan that would enable you to retrofit your home at the highest level of energy efficiency. And you can do that with a government loan that would be at very low interest, would be affordable for you to pay off over a long period of time in what you're saving on energy, because now your home is perfectly retrofitted. We have these 6 commitments that are going to make life easier and fairer for working families. We will pay for this in a balanced way, in a balanced budget. How would we get the money? Of course, everybody wants to know that. We think that rather than taxing the middle income and modest income people of the province, that we should have banks, the big banks and insurance companies, pay slightly more and actually pay their fair share. Because for too long under Dalton McGuinty, the weight of property taxes, the extra user fees for healthcare, the user fees for school programs, it's all kind of the health tax, it's all coming out of our pocket. And it shouldn't be coming out of the working families. It should be coming from those banks who have $18 billion worth of profits every year, who can afford to make a greater contribution. I want to make it very clear that we have a fair tax plan that would not raise taxes on any small business or any manufacturing concern. But we do believe that the rich oil companies, the rich insurance companies, the wealthy banks and telephone utility companies can afford to pay a tiny bit more. And that would give us the money we need to fund our promises, to make those investments, and to really deliver a fair deal for Ontario's working families. I hope you vote for me, Sheila White, on October 10th, or don't wait, go and vote in one of the advanced polls, and make your vote count by voting for Howard Hampton, Ontario's NDP, and Sheila White. My phone number is 416-321-0633. Thank you very much again for this opportunity.
Jeffrey Liu. He's also from CBCC.
Nice to meet you. My name is Jeffrey from the CBCC. Actually, it's together with Sean. And this is for my first time to come to this party, and because I come here for listening and learning. But I just know something about from the black woman. But I think I can give some suggestions in my language in Mandarin, because that will be easy and clear to describe, to express my idea. So maybe just all can translate some.我刚才看了那个 Black Brown 的一些讲法，我觉得他提的有几个想法还是不错的。其中一个呢，就是说最低10块钱工资这个事情。但是我觉得有一个点呢，可能需要考虑一下，就是说10块钱工资呢，肯定对很多员工来讲是一件好事情，但是对一些小生意这个拥有者来讲呢，未必是一个非常好的事情，因为他的收入不太高，增加他的 cost 了。
According to Mr. Liu, he supports the Liberal Preference suggestion about the minimum rate at $10 per hour. So it's good for the employee. But on the other hand, this may not be beneficial for the business owner because the cost to the small business owner may be too high.
因为如果采取这种方式的话呢，可能对这个小生意者来讲呢，可能是一种负担。那么如何能够平衡两者之间的关系，我觉得可能是你们要考虑的一件事。比如说，我是不是可以降低这个收入的纳税的这个标准，比如说抬高一下它的纳税的标准。这样呢，一方面这个每小时工资我不一定要提高到10块钱，但是我同样付出的税少了。但是对于小生意者来讲呢，他雇同样的人，但是他也未必多付出税，可是下面工作的人员也可以得到好的收入。
According to Mr. Liu, basically the small business owner doesn't object to the minimum wage. But on the other hand, running a small business in Canada is very difficult, especially for a small business owner. So if the government can reduce some tax, like tax rate or some tax benefit, so that the small business owner can make some more money, they are willing to pay more to the employee.
另外一点呢，就是他讲到的对这个福利，就是比如说眼睛的检查眼睛啊和其他方面的东西，我认为这个东西是很好的，因为我是98年到的多伦多，当时也是说多伦多的福利很好，可是我来了之后呢，特别是最近几年政府把这个取消了，我觉得对这个低收入的人来讲呢，可能不是一件好事情，因为他们可能付不起这些费用，然后也不能去做眼睛啊或者其他方面的检查。我觉得这个 Black Brown 提到这个问题，我觉得是件很好的事，希望能够实现。
Canada is very famous for the welfare, like the people's protection. So he supports the returning the eye care to the basic health care under OPU. But on the other hand, like he immigrated to Canada from 1998. The reason why he came is because he liked the Canada welfare system. But when he came here after that, he felt that more welfare benefit be reduced or taken away from the people. So that probably the government should look into this way to maintain the reputation of Canada's good welfare country.
另外还有一点就是，我觉得可能在这个 Black Brown 的这个清单上没有提到，我想那个顺便说一下，因为最近的报纸也经常讲，在 Scarborough 地区啊，经常有一些劫匪也好，是袭击了这个华人的餐厅。那么当然这种信息吧，以前也听说过，只是最近这1-2年好像是比较频繁一点，而且破案率好像也非常低。实际上我觉得华人们，包括很多居民都希望自己能生活在一个比较安全的环境之内。那么NDP 是不是能够在这方面多做一些努力呢？能够让我们能给我们一个更好的一个和平和安全的环境呢？我觉得这方面可以在将来这个竞选中间提出来。
The reason why Mr. Liu has so many comments, feedback about Blackburn's idea is because he gave him the brochure. He read it all line by line, right? So one of the issues not in your brochure is that about the safety issues, especially in the past 2 weeks. There are more Chinese restaurants that have been robbed in the midnight, so that we Chinese are more concerned about. I think everybody in countries concerned about the safety. Or also for the small business owner, they try restaurant. They work from morning till midnight. When the staff or the owner they finish their work and left the restaurant, and that's the chances they mostly get hit by the robbers. So that it doesn't matter NDP, PC or any government, they should look into the safety issues.
另外还最后一点，我就想再提一下，因为前段时间报纸上讲呢，新闻中间也在讲，省府呢为了这个，因为有这个税收和财政上的这个不平衡，为了要增加这个税收，甚至就减少一些开支，把很多社区要准备把社区的一些活动中心关闭掉。我觉得这个东西对，当然我不知道现在这个，因为我不是搞政治的人，我不太清楚现在的领导到底是哪个党的。但是我认为这一点应该不太好，因为市政府是吧？市政府所以就是我觉得这一块呢，应该就是采取另外一种好的方法，不能够就是胁迫，我就认为有点胁迫了。因为你如果不要增加税，我就关闭这些中心，我觉得这个对我们这个老百姓来讲不是一件好事。我不知道这个 NDP 在这方面将来会不会拿出更好的方案，也能够平衡这个财政，但是又不增加这个居民的这个税收。好，谢谢。
The next issue is not related to provincial government. It's regarding the closing of the community center by the city of Toronto. So basically, I think it's for all level of governments that when the government has to cut service, that they have to look at the balance of budget. So if you're cutting too much, then everybody will suffer, right? Sorry, because we give him more time for the 3 minutes, because I think his concerns is mostly the concern for most of the Chinese people. So, okay, thank you, Mr. Liu.
谢谢各位。
Actually, just one more for lunch. I'm not prepared to come anywhere. But I do welcome Joseph to organize this kind of event because I all the time try to urge the Chinese to come out to vote because I'm quite cared about how many Chinese voters come out to vote. I don't care how many Chinese candidates because no matter what the difference, no matter what the issue, it will affect all ethnic backgrounds, all religious backgrounds, all educational backgrounds. So I don't really want a Chinese candidate, but I do want Chinese to come out, vote, and vote acknowledgement. That means you have to study all the government, all the candidates, all the parties before you go to polling station and cast your vote. This is very, very important. So that is why I think Joseph has done a very good job with parts of education. So of course we need to work harder and harder to get more and more Chinese voters to come up to learn the process, to learn all the 3 levels of government, to learn what they are doing and what they haven't done. Yesterday I went to the all-Canadian meeting of my riding, and the Liberal candidate, he didn't answer the question about last fund, broken promises, recall process. He didn't answer any question like that. And then after the meeting, I asked him, how come you didn't answer the question directly? And the answer is because I am becoming a politician. So I think this answer makes me feel that everybody but Liberal. I don't have any political affiliation, but I do want someone to answer the question directly. Answer me how come you can keep your promise. I can listen to your reason, but don't tell me that you are a politician. This is not the answer. So that is why I always try to urge the Chinese to come out to vote. And we do have a very big problem among Chinese because we say that we have a political apathy about the democratic system because in China, in Hong Kong, I myself came from Hong Kong. In China and Hong Kong, or even in Taiwan, our democratic history is so narrow, so sorrow, I would say, and so short in history. We didn't have any democratic system until maybe in the 50s and not even 50s, I would say maybe in the 80s in Taiwan or in the early 80s in Hong Kong, not at the same time in China. So we don't know what is voting, what is election. You just only know that there are 10 candidates or 10 seats. So that means they are all elected. So this is the problem among the Chinese. And I think we have to do a better job to educate the Chinese to come out to vote. But don't get me wrong, I am not in a position to encourage anyone Chinese must be in the assembly or in the provincial parliament or in the federal parliament. So long as they listen to us, it's fine to me. I don't care whether he is a black or Chinese or Japanese or white or whatsoever. It doesn't matter. So I have a feeling that sometimes immigrants like us, we try to play the race cards too easily. So this is the reason. This is the thing that I think Chinese should think about that. So one point I always try to ask Michael Chen, but I don't know. I know that he won't answer myself because the Minister of Revenue, when Bob Ray was the Premier, he didn't need that position. Why he create this position for a Chinese candidate, for a Chinese MPP? He just got elected. Only 2 days in the office, and he was appointed as the minister. And this minister will spend $5 million at least for 1 year. For what? I don't see any reason. So another thing is that when I talk about MMP, I have a big question again. Why the Liberal government want to put the referendum and the provincial election together? He should separate it, right? Because you have to tell all the people about this MMP or referendum. Now, all the leaders, they only talk about their own record, they only talk about broken promises, they don't talk about MMP. So when we go to the polling station, we don't know what is MMP for. And I talk to some Chinese, they don't even know there is the referendum. They only think that, October 10 is to elect a government. They don't know this issue at all. So I don't know why they put the two things together. One reason is that because of money. But then my question is that if we save the $5 million for Michael Chen, then we can go to the referendum, right? Yeah. So this is the time that we have to think about which one we should vote for. Thank you very much. Wow.
Do I miss anyone? Anyone have a chance to speak? Okay. Just give everybody some statistics. Basically, according to Canada 2001. We have 5 high Chinese populated area. It's rated by like Markham, Scarborough, Host River, Willowden, and Richmond Hill. And within these 5 major ridings, we got Liberal, candidates from Liberal, Conservative, NDP, Green Party, Family Coalition, Freedom Party, and also Ontario Libertarian, and 1 individual. So it's about like 30-something candidates in that 5 ridings. Okay. And for the general purpose like that, we see that as an urban media, basically we got emails bombarding from the Liberal and the PC, but not from NDP, not from other party. So in terms of media, we have 2 Chinese television in Toronto, and then 4 daily newspaper, and 3 weekly newspaper is over 15 publications, and plus the web news website, and also web TV, 4 web TVs, and also I think about 3 or 4 web news sites. They are all welcome any news and input from any party, any candidates. Right? So according to my experience, that the Liberal and the PC, they use us so much, sometimes even on a abuse level. But other parties are not using that much. So my advice is that use this as a free service. It's a channel to convey your good ideas, good issues to the community. All right? If you miss that chance, you miss your chances to win. Yeah. And also that this year we have about 8 Chinese candidates from different parties. Right? It's strange that we got more candidates from Family Coalition Party than the Liberal and the PC. Does that mean that we got the point is that if we get more Chinese candidates, it will motivate Chinese people to look in the election, right? They can have more people to go out to war. The point is that it doesn't mean that they will vote to Chinese, so don't worry about that. But the point is that sometimes we have some coalitions, like we have Chinese candidates, we tend to look at the issues, we tend to pay attention to the election.